Hello guys, I'm back again. Let's respond to some critics of P2B. So number one is Sanwo-Olu. Like imagine I took my time to find this video. He said Sanwo-Olu slams P2B over US university comments, poverty worsen. No school or hospital built in your 8 years as governor. Number one. Number two is that in my comment section of the video I posted before about this same video of Sanwo-Olu attacking P2B, someone commented. He said Governor Sanwo-Olu's question remains unanswered. Can you name one school built by Obi during his 8 years tenure? Providing evidence would help disprove the claim. Now guys, take a look at this video.
Well, you need to go and read my manifesto.
Okay.
You know what we do here is that we don't read people's manifesto.
At all.
I know what they promised. When I was campaigning to be governor, as you know, and I'm sure you're aware, there was a term for nearly 2 years, the schools were shut in Anambra State.
Another year? Before you became governor.
Everybody listened to, even yesterday when we were Kaduna, a bishop said it. The Anambra school system went very low in rating. When I was campaigning to be governor, I said I'll change the educational system in Anambra State, where schools and our children will never be closed. I will make sure I give the best to education. When I was coming to Anambra to be governor, we have what we call male-girl-child issue, where most of the males were not in school. I said I will reverse that. And I will make sure that Anambra State becomes one of the best.
Okay.
And when I started, we were number 26, 27, Wayaka and Niku.
Another year?
By the time I left, we were number 1. That is what?
Achievements.
When I went to Anambra State, I know the state of the schools. When I left, every secondary school in Anambra State had, like I said, a borehole, they had computers, they had vehicles, they have generator. No other state in this country, not one, who said they were able to fit. You can go and ask even providers of computer. Even had every secondary school had internet.
All.
You can go and ask one of the famous makers of computer sets. Let me remember their name now.
HP.
No, Xynos is the agent we use, but it's what we bought was the HP. When we ordered computers and desktop tech for HP.
So guys, I believe you watched that video. So this is a video specially dedicated to critics of P2B. That person that commented on my channel, here is the video for you. That's why I posted that video for you just to take a listen. Because I don't see how you expect somebody to go and build school, whereas the one that have been built are not working. Then you expect somebody to go and build schools. The one they built, none of them is working, no functional. You heard him. All the secondary school had internet. He bought laptops for schools. He brought education from the ground floor to the up floor. Then somebody is asking that people did not build school. So they wanted to go and build another school, whereas they are one that are not working. This is just the issue we have in Nigeria. We have roads that are not working, but they will leave it and go and build new ones. So what happens to those that are not working? What happened in Lagos? This is a clear. In Lagos State, there are still bad roads, but they went ahead to go and demolish them mark to build a Calabar Coastal Road, whereas you have not repaired the one that's spoiled. And then somebody is expecting P2B to go and build schools. Meanwhile, guys, this video, I won't be talking much. Just take a listing for a video again. Because people have been asking P2B 8 years, what did they achieve? What did they do? This one, that one. Now, take a look at this old video and hear it yourself. And then stop asking such questions. Take a look, guys.
Special guest for this week is former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Mr. Obi was born in Onitsha. He attended Christ the King College, also in Onitsha, and he then went to the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in philosophy in 1984. He became governor in 2006, early in 2006. He was impeached in 2007, and the impeachment was overturned, and he regained the seat, and he was there up until early this year when elections were held, and he served 2 terms as governor of Anambra State. So, Mr. Obi, you're welcome once again. You've been away from governance, and you know what I mean. Just a few, we can just say a few days ago. So, what have you been doing with yourself since you left Government House?
Very good question. Just call it relaxing, taking his talk and reflecting on governance, on Nigeria, on a lot of issues.
On power?
On general issue about the country.
Not power as in being in power.
No, power. Yeah,
yes.
power, I know clearly where you're going. On power issue, a lot of other issues, not just power, on poverty, on education, on everything.
Pardon me for asking you this question. It's an unfair question, but I just have to ask it. Looking back at the 8 years or so that you were governor, can you just give us a little self-assessment of those years?
Well, for me, I always say it is not for me to assess myself. It's for the people to assess what I did in 8 years.
That's why I said it was an unfair
People always
question.
say to me, what is your best achievement and everything? I said, well, bringing sanity and peace to the state. That is more critical than any other thing. We brought was like moving from where there is chaotic, disorganized, and you're trying to just turn it into sanity, moving the people again from the way of their thinking and perception of life to the right direction. That is the most critical thing. And a lot of other things, a few things you can look at. If you look at the newspapers just 2 days ago, it says Anambra State best in WAEC and Nigeria. When I started campaigning, schools were closed in Anambra State, remember, for 18 months. So there was no school. People were withdrawing their children from schools and sending them to another state. And then the teachers were not paid for it. To a situation where when I left, they're not the best in the country. In WAEC, in NECO and everything, those things come back. So you can look at it and say, well, listen, schools were taken forcefully from missionaries for 40 years. So there was a few things that the people would judge with. We can look at the issue of health and say, well, listen, we were the best in the Bill Gates Fund competition. And a few other things, we have a teaching hospital. So there were a few other, but the people will assess.
Let's take a look at education for starters. In terms of education, in your 8 years, you said the state became the best just as you were leaving. What percentage was scored in WAEC by? Well,
it was about 67, 68%. But when you compare it to where it used to be, for us to, in a situation where, since the state was created, we've never been among the best 10. To now move to be the best, it's quite a huge movement. And I can tell you that I'm sure it will be sustained at that.
So when you look at the quality of education that the children in Anambra State are receiving, for example, quite a few governors have been here, either on this program or on our sister program, Sunrise Daily. And the impression given is we have very poor quality of teachers.
No, I agree entirely that in the whole of West Africa, Ghana came top, There's no reason why Ghana should come top to Nigeria. Yes, they still, you see, what I tell people is, we are not there. Anambra State or Nigeria is not where we should be. The commitment is not having 100% result. It's 100% effort. Let us know we're in the right direction, whether it's in power, whether it's in poverty, let us be on the right road. When I took over, my commitment, one of my commitments was that we don't know where we're going. So when you don't know where you're going, every road will lead you there. So what we did was to design a clear vision, which we anchored on the universally accepted vision, Millennium Development Goals. Because that is what is universally accepted, that if you do this, you're doing the right thing. So there's no need to go and start doing 10-point, 2-point agenda when there's something that is already universally designed. What we did is to fashion a strategy within that universally accepted vision of the UN, and said, since this is accepted, let us fashion a strategy for delivery of all this. And that's what we christened Anambra Integrated Development Strategy, which is just a single process that allowed us to work in all areas of MDGs, plan properly, ensure that we budget to suit the plan, execute and assure delivery. We moved our planning and budgeting from being supply driven to demand driven. We go to the people and say, we want to work on health. What do you want us to do? With this, we will work on all areas of MDG simultaneously. And you can go to the UN and ask them the result. So you can go to Anambra State and ask them the result. You can go to the people and ask them the result.
So when you look at what you have done over the 8 years, Millennium Development Goals are quite clear and very succinct. And when you look at that in terms of quality and quantity of achievement in percentage terms, where would you say after 8 years of your
just go and ask the people.
No, you must know. No, you must know what you did.
You cannot be a participant in an examination and mark yourself. The people
but I would know what I scored.
That is why. No. it is after the people have scored you. Let me tell you, when people from Kuru, Nigerian Institute of Strategic Studies, came to me in Anambra State, they said to me, go and ask them. I think it was a section that was I can call people who are involved that are not prominently Mrs. Anini, and they said to me, oh, wait, we want you to bring people to Oka so we can talk to them and know how your government is doing. I said, okay, come out in the morning, we'll go to. So when they came out in the morning, waiting to see the people I brought from various areas of Anambra, I said, this is your boss. I'm going to enter this bus without security. Let's go to the market. So we drove straight to the market in Onitsha. They said, no, your security. I said, no security. Let me tell you, nobody wants to kill you if you're doing the right thing, because they too want to have the right thing. So don't worry. We will go to the market. When we get to the market, ask anybody you like in the market. So, because if I bring people here, there are people who are paid, designed to say what they want to say. So they go to the market in Onitsha. What they tell you is the truth. Okay. I can pay for you to go to the market, but not to tell you here that I did well, I didn't do well. Okay. It is the people, because you are serving the people. You are here complaining about power. I'm sure that if you call those who are providing power, they say power is everywhere. But what you want to do
say that.
Yeah, so the people say it's there.
And they do tell us.
For me, service is about the people. It is the people that will say, you're on the right track. And I thank the people of Anambra State. They supported me with their prayers, with the support and everything. You know, this is the first time I'm appearing in a TV show in 3 years. I didn't know channel was here. I used to know when you were in Maryland, and I went there. They said, oh, they're no longer there. This is your third year of being here. I've never been here because I'm not a TV presenter, not a TV listener. I'm serving the people of Anambra State. Let the people tell you.
Okay.
Some other person should come to my DM and said, this is an old video. Why are you posting it? Like I said, I posted it to reply critics. That's what I do for a living. I reply to be critics with old videos because I think that's what they need to know, because they fail to go back and do their study very well, and before they come out and start criticizing P2B. How can you say that P2B did not be school? The way he never promised you go to be school, but what he did is far better than what any governor have done in the history of Nigeria. P2B let off it without money. Let's not forget that part. P2B did accounts of his 8 years in governor, 8 accounts. But what today we are hearing that this ex-governor stole, this one stole, this one stole, this one stole. That's only thing we are hearing, and then somebody is coming out to say this about it. My job is to bring old videos for you guys to watch, to refresh your brain that this man you're attacking is wrong. Yes, you are wrong attacking P2B, because this man has proven that he's a man without any bad history. He's a man without any bad spot. So that my job is to bring old video for you guys to disclose, to claim, to prove a point. Because that person that commented on my channel, on my last video, said that we should bring a claim that P2B built a school. But I now brought this old video for him that P2B didn't promise to go to the school, but he promised he will pick up education from the ground floor to the up floor, which he did. He obeyed, or I say, he fulfilled all his promises he made to Anambra State. Go ask around, and he's still in the line of helping educational sector and health sector, because this man have donated what, more than 100 million. More than 100 million. I don't want to over exaggerate, but I'm sure I've given more than 100 million. If you think it's a lie, do your research. Or I can still go and do the research for you and bring it for you guys the old video or put a donation into nursing schools in Nigeria. So if you're new here, you love what I'm doing, help me subscribe to my videos and share the video to anyone you want to share it to. And don't forget to all your views in the comment section, and subscribe if you're new here to my channel. This is your boy Kids World. I will see you guys up in my next video. Stay tuned, guys.